Oh, here we go again.
Welcome into the video. Today we're back here on the LG C2 in the game room with the Xbox Series X going. And what I want to talk about in this video is a problem, a very annoying problem that has seemed to resurface this past week on the LG C2. And it's pretty disappointing because I thought this particular problem had been removed or fixed or patched long ago, months ago. I mean, I believe I was having this particular issue about 2 or 3 different firmwares ago. This was done, this was fixed, and I was happy. And up until the last week or so, I had not seen this problem resurface. The first time it happened, I just kind of shrugged it off. I said, well, you know, anomalies can happen, you know, random occurrence, whatever. But the fact that this has happened a few times now, and in particular just now when I turn the TV on and turn the Xbox on, makes me want to come on here and record a video and see if anybody in the comments is having this problem ever or again. Let me first show you what firmware I'm on. So like I mentioned, this is the LG C2. I'm gonna go over here to support, software update. You can see here I'm on firmware version 03.33.65. I think this update's been out for, I don't know, a few weeks now, something like that. I'm not quite sure. But the problem that has resurfaced, and I can't tell you how aggravating this is. Now, this won't apply to everybody. Again, if you're somebody who doesn't have a home theater system, like a surround system or anything like that, and you only use the TV speakers, this won't bother you at all probably. But let me show you what's going on. So I turned on the TV and the Xbox, and I noticed I wasn't hearing anything. And I thought, well, that's strange. I looked down at my receiver, and I'm probably playing the little cut right now, but it just showed muting. And I'm like, why is that showing muting? Let me go back into the settings and go over to sound and see what's going on. That's because out of nowhere, like just out of thin air, the TV just decided, oh, we don't need to use that AV receiver and the surround system that he uses 100% of the time. We're just gonna go ahead and change it back to TV speaker, just out of random, you know? And what that does is it means every time I turn on this TV, this was the problem months ago, that I could just at any random time, turn on the TV, go to the Apple TV 4K input, or go to the PS5 or the Xbox. Didn't matter what it was. When I would go to that input, I'd have no sound. Nothing going on. I'd have to come in here, go to wired speaker, check this little box again. The TV is gonna flash, you know, or whatever. It's gonna sync up. And now I'm good to go because my AV receiver is now showing the proper volume. It's showing me, you know, Dolby audio, Dolby surround, all that fun stuff. It's back to normal. But the problem is that this issue was patched months ago. You know, I thought, hey, this is in the rear view mirror. We're good to go now because I'm not just fighting. I wasn't just fighting that battle then, and I'm not now. Let me kind of catch you up if you're new to my channel on what's going on when I mention the problem between the Xbox and the LG C2. The issue is any random time that I turn on the TV, I turn on the Xbox, it should just load in to the Xbox splash screen when I go to the input, and then it should just go to this. This is what it's supposed to look like all the time. Instead, and I may insert the clip, I may not, but instead, I get this weird low resolution thing where the screen you're looking at now is it's like in the middle. It's small, you can barely see it, and the only way to fix it, I can't change inputs and come back, none of that. The only way to fix it is I have to go, where's the controller? I have to go up here, go to settings, go to power options, go to shutdown now, and do a full like hard shutdown, okay? And then once the console restarts or once I turn it back on, everything's good to go. The problem with that is that it happens at random. At any given time, I could literally play the Xbox right now, turn it off, maybe come back a couple hours later and have that stupid low resolution screen all over again. But then I might shut it down, get everything fixed, play again, and then on that next time, it's perfectly fine. You know, it makes no sense. And I've tried every fix in the world to correct that, but it's still going on. So I just, pretty much have said the LG C2, at least my particular C2, and the Xbox are just not going to play nice together. It's just not going to happen. So it's bad enough that I have to deal with that. But then when you add on this, turn on the TV and you have no sound because it's trying to force sound through the TV speakers, that's not good. And especially it's not good because it was already fixed. Again, it was happening on a regular basis on one of the particular firmwares that they had put out. And then they put out the next firmware and it was totally fixed. We're good to go. It had not happened since until here in the last couple of weeks where it's starting to happen at random again. And that's really aggravating. And I gotta be real with you all, my subscribers, YouTube community, those of you that are into TV technology, gaming, etc. These are the sort of things that will drive me to go to a different direction, especially when I may or may not have had my eye already on another gaming display to try out anyway. And that really only started because of the issue that you may or may not have seen in my recent video for our living room display, which is a Sony A80J OLED TV, and the image retention on it had me start looking at potential replacement options, and it had me really considering, a TV that I hadn't really considered before. And, when little stuff like this happens, this is not going to be a deal breaker to everyone. You think, well, it's just an inconvenience. It's a time waster. It's what's going to happen is at random, you turn the TV on, you want to play some Xbox here, you want to play some Starfield, some Interstellar, and you just have to do a full restart again or a full shutdown and then turn the console back on because the resolution's all screwed up and there's nothing you can do to fix it unless you do a full shutdown. Okay, there's just nothing in the settings you can mess with. You can't just change inputs and come back. It doesn't work. Now you add on this sound problem. And the worst part of all is one of them I was thinking was an Xbox problem. And now I have an issue with the TV itself. So I'm dealing with two different issues here.
Not two. LeBron, tell us about that. Not two, not three, not...
Both centered around this LG C2. And, I plan on making a full review of this TV. That's one of the things that's coming up on my list of things to do for a video, because I have a lot of good to great things to say about this TV and my experience with it for the several months, or I think about a year now I've had it. I have a lot of great things to say about it, but I have a handful of things to say that you should be concerned about if you're considering getting an LG C2. But I'm getting way off topic here. The point of this video was to tell you about this problem that I'm thinking may be tied to this firmware, because there's no other reason why this problem should come back. Again, a couple of firmwares ago, this problem was happening a lot, and then they put out a firmware that was for, fixing minor bugs and improvement, that typical LG jargon about their update, and it's been gone. And I was like, hey, that's awesome. No more talking about that. I'm good. And now with this 03.33.65, here we go again. So, leave me some comments. I want some feedback on this. Those of you that follow my channel or just stumbled upon it and you have an LG C series TV, that can be a C1, C2, or C3 for all I care. Talk to me in the comments about, do you have a problem with turning on, you have an AV receiver and a surround system set up, and every now and then you turn the TV on and it forces the TV speakers on and you have to go in and re-engage the HDMI ARC device for your surround. Talk to me in the comments and tell me if you're having that same problem. So I'm gonna end my rant here. I think I'm just extra frustrated because I'm dealing with two problems here that I feel should not be happening on a premium display like this and a nice console like the Xbox Series X. you know, at the end of the day, part of the console gaming experience is the convenience. You know, I turn it on, I go to the input. The C2 is wonderful for gaming. 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, the whole 9 yards. And then I got to deal with these extra hurdles just to get to that, you know, and it shouldn't be happening. These things should be easily fixable. And the worst part about this is that LG had fixed it and has now brought it back apparently. But that's all I had for this video. If you're still watching this video, I appreciate you listening to my rant. I look forward to your feedback in the comments like always. If you're not subscribed yet, consider hitting that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and of course leave a like on it to help get the video out to more people. And until the next one.